Hello, I'm Ollie and this is Criminolly, where I talk about crime, pulp, horror, that kind of thing. Today, horror, I want to talk about Below, the new horror novella from Laurel Hightower. Before we start, a quick note from me. I really never know if anyone cares about my schedule or not, which I do try and stick to. But I'm going to post this video out of schedule, so the book I'm talking about Below comes out today, so I thought I'd put this video up today on a Tuesday when I would normally put a tag video up. So this week you're getting this review today, and on Thursday you will get a tag video, which is going to be the Skip to My Loo tag. Thank you. So I'm slightly ashamed to say that this is the first Laurel Hightower book that I've read. Everyone has been raving about Crossroads, her novella that came out I think last year, and I really, really want to read that, but only really truly became aware of it after I started my 100 book challenge, so I haven't got to it yet. I have read a short story she wrote, so she contributed a story to Twisted Anatomy, which is a body horror anthology that I was involved in editing. So I've read that and that was excellent. But yeah, I haven't read Crossroads or any of her previous books. I was lucky enough to be offered an ARC, an advanced reading copy of Below, and I've really, really enjoyed it. So I'm definitely going to pick up a copy of Crossroads now, because this really fired me up to read more of her work. It's really fantastic. So as you can tell from the cover, this is a kind of creature feature about a Mothman type character, but it has a kind of subtle depth to it that creeps up on you. And I wasn't really expecting that. I was insofar as, you know, a lot of the praise for Crossroads has focused on, you know, its kind of emotional intelligence and things like that and how moving it is. But when I started reading Below, it reads like an incredibly pacey creature feature type thing. It's moves like a rocket right from the start. So it's about this woman called Addie, who is travelling across the States, having split up from her husband. And she, right at the start of the book, is involved in like a kind of near-miss accident which shakes her up. And she's then at a truck stop, and this trucker kind of can tell she's upset, and offers to kind of drive with her to let her follow his truck, just while she's kind of getting her head back together again, really. And as they go, they communicate over the CB. He gives her a portable CB to use. And I'm not going to say any more than that, because from that point on, things just move incredibly quickly. Disaster strikes. There's all sorts of stuff going on. And she ends up... what can I tell you without giving too much away? Basically, all kinds of shit breaks out. And she finds herself, you know, physically and emotionally challenged in ways she has never been before. So as I said, it's a really fast-paced story. It's incredibly gripping and exciting. It's also extremely gory in places, but in quite an entertaining way. And it moves so quickly, and I found myself so engrossed by what was going on that the subtler messaging and depth to it just almost escaped me until I'd kind of almost finished the story. And I think it's about 100 pages long, or just over. And it wasn't really until I was getting to the end that I realised the depth of character that Laurel Hightower has managed to embed in Addie. And what's fantastic about Addie is she is, as I say, she's separated from her husband, and he, whilst he's never actually present in the book, he's kind of there as a nagging voice in her head that tries to tell her what she should be doing. And the same becomes true of the truck driver as well. Not in the nagging sense, but his voice is also a voice that is guiding her through it. So she is like the central character and the solid character throughout the story. But you do get these almost I suppose like the angel and the devil on the shoulder. You do get these two men chipping in, and it becomes very much a book about you know, a woman breaking free of male control and trying to find her own identity and her own way through life. But that is that sense is one that is almost hidden by the fact that it is so extremely exciting and engrossing. And this for me is, you know, kind of your perfect book. I've talked about this before on the channel. I love books that are, you know, genre fiction, that is, you know, very well executed as genre fiction, but has some greater depth to it as well. And that is certainly true of Below. You know, it's pacey, it's exciting, it's gruesome, it's, you know, it's scary in places, you know, it really is quite chilling in places, but it's also got this deeper sense of identity to it, and of, you know, telling the story of, as I say, of a woman who is trying to find her own way in the world, after having been in a very controlling relationship. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. It's out this week. You can get it in a paperback copy or on Kindle. But yeah, do check it out. It's a very entertaining read. And also, I would say, if you're thinking about doing Horror Mayhem, the horror event coming up in May that focuses on shorter fiction, this is a great candidate for that. So you could definitely read it for either the Creature Week or potentially the kind of folk horror week, with Mothman being a bit of a folk horror character, or potentially I think you could also read it for the Cosmic Horror Week. And yeah, 120 pages, it easily fits within the 250 page count criteria for books of that challenge. So yeah, thoroughly recommended. Whether you want to read it for Horror Mayhem or not, I do suggest you pick it up. And I'm certainly going to be getting a copy of Crossroads very soon. As always, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you've read this one, or if you've read Crossroads or anything else by Laurel Hightower. Let me know also if you're going to be taking part in Horror Mayhem. I think it's going to be a really fun event. But yeah, hope you're safe and well. Hope you're reading good stuff, and I will speak to you again very soon. Cheerio.